When will you, she says. Here now, Republican Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina. Senator Scott, very good to have you with us tonight. Thank you for being here.
Good to be with you.
First of all, what did you make of her exchange with Elliott Abrams, the envoy to Venezuela?
Unbelievable, aggressive, abrasive, and not based on any actual information. She did ask a question and did not give him an opportunity to answer. If that's the type of service that we can look forward to coming out of the House, things are in jeopardy. It's really challenging times. And one of the reasons why I support and have been the lead sponsor of an anti-Semitism legislation is because we're seeing these eruptions, and what we saw today and what we heard yesterday are just more fact patterns that many times the left is heading in the very wrong direction.
Explain to me, when you look at her comments, and, what is it that concerns you the most? Some people are making comparisons to some comments that Republicans have said that they also see veiled anti-Semitism in. How do you see it? Do you see it differently than that, and why?
Well, very differently. Number one, I have had a number of conversations over the last 6 years with my colleagues in the Senate, when I was in the House as well. I am the lead sponsor with a lot of co-sponsors in the Senate on my anti-Semitism legislation awareness act. The fact is that on the right, we see a lot of folks gaining momentum in support of and in defense of Israel. They are not only one of our best partners in the Middle East, actually they're our best partners in the Middle East, but they share our values. And part of the challenge that we're going to have in this country, to be honest with you, is this notion of pluralism. It creates a major issue when in fact there are two diametrically opposed value systems emerging on the scene, and I think that is more than troublesome. It's going to be a problem that we're going to have to face on directly from my perspective, because we're seeing more and more of that, and those comments, especially yesterday's comments, are consistent with that confrontation that we see coming in the public forum.
Your colleague, Senator James Lankford, said this about her comments in her apology. Watch.
I do accept Representative Omar's apology, and I think it's entirely appropriate. She's a brand new freshman representative. Sometimes you get out there and you say things and then you try to correct it. For any of us that are on television, like right now, you get questions, you make responses, or you put out a tweet trying to be funny or to try to press a point, and sometimes you go over the line on that.
Do you agree with him at all?
Absolutely. I think we should certainly accept the apology. My concern is a deeper concern, that there is a pattern that we're seeing manifesting in public forums, from politics to campuses, college campuses, where this anti-Semitism seems to be moving very quickly throughout this country. We've seen an explosion of the number of incidents in this nation and frankly around the world. So it's important for us to push back on hate, and frankly the party of identity politics seems to have this new sense of challenges and troubles on their own side of the aisle. So I would just suggest